Welcome everybody to season 1 of Break Up the Daily Grind. If you're just now joining us for the first time, my name is Ben. My co-host Corey is across the table from me.
Yo.
Yo. So how's everything been going?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty tired today.
Yeah.
Today was a really long day.
Yeah, you and me both. I only got just a few hours of sleep myself, so. And it's been busy all day, so
Yeah, I'm trying to get on oh my goodness. I'm trying to get on a new sleep schedule.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's that? Sleep when you're dead?
I wish. Oh, how I yearn for the sweet release of death.
Oh,
No,
stop it.
I'm kidding. No, I just been trying to have a better bedtime instead of taking back my independence one sleepless hour at a time and thinking that I can get away with it.
It's not working very well.
Yeah,
is it?
instead of going to bed at like 1 a.m. and getting up at 6, I went back to at least laying down in bed
Right.
at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to just fall asleep at 10:30, get up at 5:30. That's the that's what I'm trying to go for.
That sounds like it's a good plan.
It is. It's just gonna take some time to get used to.
Oh yeah, for sure. So before we get started with today's topic, I would like you to know that this episode has been brought to you by
DTE Energy. DTE Energy is leading the way to a cleaner, safer, and smarter energy future, empowering our internet shenanigans since we hit the record button.
And that's exactly true. Well, the shenanigans part is. The rest of it.
Yeah.
So now with the bills paid, let's get on to the part that Corey dreads the most. Don't you?
I think you mean loves.
Loves the most? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you are alone in that. I think there's a few that like this too. This is our bad dad joke section.
Yeah.
And I did a little work in trying to get the good ones for you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Boy. All right.
So, you ready?
Let's dive right in.
Dive right in.
Let's dive right in.
All right. Speaking of diving in, why was a little strawberry crying?
I like to try and guess them.
Well, shoot.
I don't know.
Don't know?
I don't know that one. Nah, dude. You crazy?
Because his parents were in a jam.
That's dark.
That's dark. No. Yeah, these are kind of a little bit that way.
No, that one was good, though. That was pretty
How
good.
does Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head solve their arguments?
It's got to be something to do with, like, mashed potatoes. I don't know, man. Okay, let me hear it.
They hash it out.
Oh, they hash it out. That's so good.
Yeah. Starting to make me hungry. See that? You got jam and
Jam,
hash
potatoes.
browns. Yeah.
You almost got a full course meal.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, and here's where it goes bad. My dentist pulled the wrong tooth.
Oh.
He said it was accidental.
All right. That one was so dumb that it was funny. I like that one. Accidental. You don't really think about it. That's pretty
My
good.
buddy
pretty
told
clever.
me. Yeah, my buddy told me today that him and his wife are getting divorced over bad coffee.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, she said she thought it was the best grounds.
See what you did there. You started with the good ones and then ended with the awful ones.
I gotta keep you on your toes.
Uno reversed me.
Uno reverse. So I'd like to remind our listeners to let us know, what is your favorite dad joke? What's your best dad joke? And send us a message or comment on Facebook or YouTube. And if those platforms are not your thing, you can always drop us a line at mo9studios@gmail.com.
I hope they don't drop us a line. I'm in rehab.
Oh boy. Well, hopefully those put a smile on your face. And now with that out of the way, we can get back to this topic. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a continuation of the last episodes of Would You Rather.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
enjoyed it so much. We're just gonna kind of jump right back in.
We're gonna try to pick up right where we left off. In the last episode, you asked about where the money in the healthcare system goes, right?
Yeah.
So I decided to do a little digging, and in the United States healthcare, the money goes to the hospital care, physicians, prescription drugs,
Okay.
and other healthcare costs.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
Right.
assumed.
And it also goes into government administration, public health activities, and investment spending. So according to, and this is kind of the breakdown of all those, right?
Yeah.
So this is as of 2022, so just a couple years ago. The hospital care accounted for about 30% of the total healthcare spending, right?
Mhm.
Hospitals spend most of their money on operational costs like administration and communities and labor and all that good stuff,
Mhm.
right? So then a small portion of the hospital spending goes to the capital layouts, like buildings, new hospitals, probably maintenance,
Mhm.
stuff like that, right? And then the physicians and the clinic services, which would probably be like, well, obviously your doctors, your surgeons, nurses, techs,
Mhm.
other clinics, that accounted for about 19.8% of the total cost of spending. And then obviously a big major part of that, of whatever's left over, so you're already at almost 50%, just a hair over 50% of the spending goes to these items, right?
Yeah.
But the majority of what's left actually goes for prescription drugs, along with the hospital care and physician services. Is probably like the doctors that, like your anesthesiologists, and
Had to bring up those guys, didn't you?
every time we turn around, we got to bring them guys up, and pharmacists,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So that's a major part of what's left over.
Okay.
Yep. And then according to this, the other healthcare costs actually includes nursing care facilities like old people's homes,
Yeah.
right? Healthcare,
Senior centers.
senior centers, home health care, which would be like nurses that come,
Or like hospice.
Probably,
That,
yeah, I would
feel
presume
like
that would
fall
be that,
under
yeah.
under it too.
This also says dental costs, dental services, so that would be like your doctors, right? Your
Yeah.
dentists,
Which is interesting because there's dental insurance.
right.
But is that like a subsidiary to like health insurance?
Well,
Is
you
that
have-
like a branch
yeah.
of health insurance
So
then,
you have-
technically? Because there's also vision too.
Yes, so you would have medical,
Yeah.
dental,
Okay.
and vision.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Those would be your three branches underneath your healthcare. So you have your
Okay.
healthcare, right? Then
Yeah.
underneath that, you'd have medical, dental, vision,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
it breaks down into these below that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
Yep.
sense actually.
So your dental services and durable medical equipment. So like, I have sleep apnea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all my machine and my supplies for that all comes out of that other healthcare costs
Yeah.
for the medical equipment. And then you have a small portion that goes to government administration,
Mm-hmm.
which includes all the costs associated with insuring people in the healthcare insurance programs. Then you have government-funded programs to promote health, which also comes out of there. And then they also have a little portion in there is investment spending,
Mm-hmm.
which this is the money that's spent on building new healthcare facilities,
Okay,
Brand
so
new
like hospitals and like
outpatients, doctors'
yeah.
offices, stuff like that. I would
dental, like
presume. Maybe,
buildings
yeah,
and stuff.
dental,
yeah.
dental,
I assume all that
which
that
is kind of
jazz.
it's kind of weird that all that stuff comes out of that little
Yeah.
portion. So, yep. So that was a little tidbit from last week. We'd ran out of time last week. We were right around the money side of it. Right?
Yeah. Because I don't think we ever did finish that original question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I don't remember exactly what that question was. Though that was, which would you rather get rid of? Which would you rather see? Abolish of prisons, prisons abolished, or free health care?
I mean, if you had to choose between those two choices, why would you choose abolishing prisons? Like, what would be the pro to doing that?
I don't know. I just read the question.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like,
yeah,
because I could see like the small benefits, like we said before, with
right.
What if people were like wrongfully imprisoned, and things like that.
Right.
But then you'd have like serial killers on the loose and everything. And then comparing that to free healthcare, I just feel like it's kind of a no-brainer.
Right. And that was kind of the thing that I think we were heading toward at the very end, is that I would have picked the free healthcare.
Yeah, I would have picked the free healthcare
because I think a lot of the imprisonments, a lot of the criminals can be helped. Not necessarily all of them, but I think a lot of them, probably 50% of them, can be helped with that. I mean, most of them, people probably, they understand the concept that they did wrong, but they don't understand why they did it.
Yeah.
And I think if you get into the mental health side of it, I think a lot of that could be explained.
No, I agree.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Yep. So
just like we said, though, it always comes down to whether they actually want the help.
Oh yeah,
or not.
for sure.
That's going to be the major deciding factor.
Some people, they're just not gonna.
No. Oh nope. Yeah, absolutely not.
Nope. All right, so let's give that portion of the brain trauma that we're causing ourselves here. We'll give that a little bit of break. We'll go on to something a little more goofier.
Yeah, I need a palate cleanser.
You need a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
All right. So, what would you rather have? A magic carpet that flies, or your own personal robot?
I feel like I need more details on the robot.
Just your own personal one.
Yeah. How advanced is it? Because, I mean, I could get, like, one of those little, like, toy robots, and I'd call that my own personal robot, at Toys R Us or something, Like, am I getting scammed here if I take a because a flying carpet, that shit sounds cool.
Right.
I feel like I've got to lean more towards the flying carpet, and I need more is it like the Android type robots from like Detroit Become Human
or
type
iRobot
stuff, or iRobot?
Yeah.
Because there's, depending on what type of robot it is, that makes a big difference on my answer.
Oh yeah, it does.
But without context, if it's just your own personal robot or a magic carpet, I'm going to choose the magic carpet.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, dude.
My question for the magic carpet, I mean, obviously it flies on magic, but does it come with a helmet or a parachute?
I mean, probably not, but you could get those. You could get those. If that's the only thing stopping you from getting on the magic carpet, woo, boy. I'm going to Amazon right now.
Take my money.
Yes, please.
I think as much as AI scares the living bejesus out of me, I think I would probably take. Now I'm going full psycho here, right?
Yeah.
I'm going full. Looks like person, talks like a person, moves
so
like a person,
like an android.
Yeah,
literally.
like a full blown.
Yeah,
not the goofy looking walking ones they got now. Like
like
sci-fi type stuff.
Like if you were looking at it right now and it was next to you, it looked like just like us.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I wouldn't want to look just like a human, but yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would probably take the robot.
Really?
Yeah.
If it was those stipulations, because I know you're not a heights person.
I'm not a heights person. The magic carpet would be kind of cool, but I think I would want a robot that looks quite a lot like me.
Yeah.
So I can send that bad boy to work for me.
Oh yeah. Free labor.
Free labor,
there
baby.
You go.
You just send me the paycheck.
Yeah, there you go. He's not gonna need it.
Nope.
Right? Make sure he's got his oil every day.
Well, they wouldn't run on oil. They would run on something else. But
I'm just joking.
Although I wonder if you get away with that.
What?
If you had a robot that looks very similar to you, like people couldn't hardly tell the difference. If you could send it to work, wouldn't that be like just getting a free paycheck?
I mean, what does it really matter? You're using like this thing that you purchased or have to like do the job for you and stuff. It's technically your property.
Right.
At that point, right? So like it's kind of like you're using your resources to help them with a job. I feel like it's the same as if you hired a handyman to come and do work for your house. They're paying you to like send your android or robot to help them do a job.
So
I think it's almost like renting out like your android as a tool,
right,
you know, or a resource.
Yeah. So I think I would have to make sure that my android or my robot came with the remote control like Tony Stark's did.
Yeah.
For his, so you have the little glasses you put on that way you can see it in the little thing. I could do my work remote from anywhere. Load my trailers.
Man, if I had a robot or an android like that, I'd want to be like, I don't even know what I'd do. I don't know. Because like, I don't think I'd even send them to work. I just want to be like friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be cool.
Oh, there's such a slippery slope right there.
What?
I'm not even gonna go down that one.
No, man.
That's
we'd be
too
bros.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take the person you would still take the carpet?
I'd take the carpet, man.
Yeah.
I'd take the carpet. You seen Aladdin and shit? That thing can go up high.
Well, not only that, but it has kind of a mind of its own. It can. You wouldn't have to worry. All you do is sit still, and it would probably make sure you wouldn't fall off.
I was gonna say it reminds me like a dog. I don't know what carpets eat typically, but I'd make sure he's taken good care of.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't want him like you know,
fresh pasta.
Yeah, homiciding me while we're like 20,000 feet in the air and stuff. You know, exiting the stratosphere. I don't need that to happen. No, man. I'll feed him his dust mites or whatever carpets eat. Anything that children drop in the carpets, I assume that's what they eat. You know, or like
he'd have a full membership to Hagopian. Magic carpet. I'm going to send you to the purple truck.
Yep. Oh my gosh, that's too good. I assume that because it is magic, you know. I assume if you get on it, there's like morph with the carpet, but it's almost like you can't fall off. You know what I mean? It's like some sort of magical force is holding you on while the carpet's moving. Like you can maneuver and get comfortable and like move yourself, but you'll never like have to worry about falling off.
Well, now according to Aladdin, he fell off a few times.
Really?
Well, yeah, but the carpet caught him. But
oh yeah. Well, if my carpet's catching me when I'm falling off, then I'm cool.
So you hope it flies fast enough to catch you.
Oh, it will fly fast enough to catch me.
Constant velocity is fast.
My magic carpet's faster.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My question is, with the magic carpet, do you have to continually buy the magic to keep it running?
I don't think so. I think that's a one and done type thing.
Lifetime?
Yeah, I think it's
thing?
A lifetime warranty.
Lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
Will not fray, will not cut. I would be afraid I would be driving, flying, and it'd snag something and start unraveling.
No, I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. that would suck. But it's magic, so I don't think it can be damaged. When I think of magic things, I think of like it can't be damaged. You know, its properties are beyond like human properties. It's not like a normal carpet where like, oh, if I spill this voluptuous red wine onto it, it's not going to stain. I think you spill something on it, it just disappears.
It just shakes it right off.
Yeah, shakes it off like a dog, or it just like it just dissolves and evaporates. Like, where'd it go? I don't know. I hope that doesn't happen to me when I'm sitting on the carpet, but that's pretty cool that the carpet does that.
Carpet starts flying and not in a straight line. Like, the wine on it. It's drunk as shit.
Yeah, what the hell?
We're not spilling no more wine on the carpet. It won't fly straight.
Oh my goodness.
You got one?
Yeah, I got a list.
You got a list.
Yeah,
okay. Let's get a little dark with the next one. No, I tell you what, we'll stay kind of clean here.
Okay,
right.
I do want to get dark eventually because those those go crazy.
Okay,
I'll tell you
so
what.
Would you rather everything you doodle become real, or be able to read people's minds?
Those are both ass choices to choose from. Those sound like curses. First off, you seen SpongeBob? You seen Doodle Bob? Franken-Doodle? There ain't no way I want nothing. You see what happened to Squidward's hair? It flew away. Everything that they doodled, bad stuff happened. I don't want none of my doodles to come to life. I'm a shit artist, too.
Okay, so let's say you had the opportunity to make it become real or not.
Okay.
Like if you doodled it.
Like you can be like, this? I don't want that to come to life. Okay.
You had to dot it with your magic carpet.
I feel like it's like a wild card type thing. You know, where it's like you draw it and you can pick it to come, like pick and have it to come to life, but you don't know what personality it's going to be assigned. You know, because it doesn't sound like you get to pick what it's going to be like. You just get to pick whether it exists in real life or not.
Yeah, but they don't have to necessarily be drawing an actual creature. You could be drawing a sports car or a helicopter. Or
That's
drawing
true.
a magic carpet.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that actually. Yeah.
Right. So depending on what you draw depends on, if it has now if you're drawing like a monster or something, then that might be a little sketchy. But
is it the type of thing where if I doodle it, it's like, because I don't want it to end up like how to look like how I actually draw it. You know, when I draw it, I want it to like, I want it to magically like turn into the thing I'm thinking about in my head. Well, I like draw the concept, and then in my head, that's where it pulls it from. I don't think that's the case there.
It's like that movie they just came out with, something about a blue crayon or something.
Oh,
I haven't seen it yet, but he does that. He draws something and it comes to life, and it looks just like it's supposed to.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's a blue crayon or blue pencil or something.
If that was the case, that would be cool, because then you could like save lots of money on things.
Right.
You know, because you need a new car, you just draw a new car.
You're hungry, want a cheeseburger?
I'll draw a cheeseburger.
It probably tastes like paper, though.
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
It's like, man, this burger tastes like cardboard.
Now,
what'd you draw this on? Box.
Oh, no. Ew. What is this? Why does it taste like this? This is the worst cheeseburger I ever had. Sorry, I drew it on my mom's wall, dude.
Oh, it tastes like wallpaper.
What the hell? What was the other option?
Or to read people's minds.
Hell no.
No? Not even if you could control how much or how often you could read them?
Okay, if I could control like how often, but like
turn it on and off.
Yeah, because there's such a rabbit hole you can go down for that type of thing, because like you know how psychotic you would like go if you could hear everyone's thoughts all the time and you couldn't filter.
But this doesn't say hear people's thoughts. The question is to read their minds.
Oh, so you'd have to like.
So that would, to me, the way that is worded, it would take more focus.
Yeah.
So there would be far more control over what you're reading.
Yeah.
Because if you'd almost have to think, okay, what's Corey thinking? Wow. Yeah. No, I probably shouldn't have thought of that.
So there's also like, you would essentially lose the benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt for what?
So like say like you're talking to a girl or something, and you when you can't read minds, because obviously you can't read minds, you don't know how they're acting and how they're feeling and stuff. So like as a chronic overthinker myself, you go through all the hoops and stuff, and like there's no longer the benefit of the doubt anymore. Like exactly what they're thinking.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be so much less stressful?
I mean, a little bit, but if it's not something you want to hear, I feel like that would be more stressful.
Well, yes and no, because you wouldn't have to worry about thinking that one thing and it being something else.
I guess you wouldn't waste your time either.
Right. You'd be like,
yeah,
she thinks that my hair is goofy, so whatever.
That's true. Then Peace. You can kind of just like,
walk away. Try to read what her friends thinks.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she don't. Maybe her friend likes my hair.
I feel like life would be a lot more disappointing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at least like, I'm not saying it's a good thing. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but like if you're someone who, imagine like you have like a few close friends. And you don't know what they really think of you. But like, at least they act like they like you. And you can like live in ignorance in the fact that they like you. Or that they pretend to like you. But if you read their minds and you find out that neither of them like you, there goes your only two friends. That's super disappointing and depressing. And now you don't have any friends.
Yeah, but
I assume, but that's where I'm saying like, that's probably not the healthiest mindset to have. It's probably a good thing that you'd be able to like read minds and hear that and stuff. I know some people probably would not be able to live with all the disappointment all the time.
You would probably find a few people that if you were actually reading their minds about that stuff, you would probably find people that you would have a lot more trust with.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the thing is too, I feel like a lot of people think things that they never want anybody else to hear, that no one is ever supposed to hear.
Right.
Too. Like, I'm assuming, let's say you're like married and you have a partner, and
Right.
you know, obviously you guys love each other,
Right.
and you have your qualms every once in a while. I'm sure there are plenty of things that they say in their head that they would never say out loud and that they don't mean whatsoever. You know,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like, but that's how they like deal with it, is like they think about it in their head, and they're
Right.
like, okay, yeah. But
I
there would be no way to differentiate that. You
Yep.
know, you'd listen to what their thought was, and they could be saying this thing, not completely not meaning it. But imagine not knowing your partner could read your mind and hear everything you said. There's going to be no way for you to differentiate knowing that they meant it or didn't mean it. You
Well,
know?
just the way the human mind, the way my mind works is, there's times that there's a lot of thoughts that run through my head that there's no real meaning behind. For whatever reason, my mind jumps tracks and goes straight to the left.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. It's not like for example, think about it. You're on like you're let's just say you're on a bus or something, and there's this like screaming, crying kid. You've had a long day of work,
Right.
and you just are not having it.
You're like,
You know, you're
just
not gonna do.
shut
You're not
your
gonna.
kid
Yeah,
up.
you're not gonna do anything. But in your mind, you're like, let me just grab this kid and throw them off the subway
Just
or the
throw 'em right out
bus.
the
Yeah,
window.
throw them out the window. Like, I don't care what happens. You're not actually gonna do that.
No.
You don't actually mean that, but your mind is gonna like go there.
Right.
You know, sometimes whether you want it to or not.
Right.
And so that's the type of thing, is like, if you could read minds, you'd be hearing a lot. You'd be hearing
you
a
would
lot.
probably
of
lose
that.
a lot of faith in humanity.
You
for
really
sure.
would. And that's kind of what I mean by, I feel like it'd be very disappointing and very stressful to be able to hear all those thoughts all the time. I'm sure those people don't mean it when they think
Right.
that. 90% of people aren't going to act on what they're actually thinking or doing.
Right.
It's more of a coping mechanism, like laughing when there's an uncomfortable situation to kind of cope
Right.
with it, even though there's nothing funny about it.
Right.
You know, it's just a soothing tactic. I think that's what it would be like. And unless they told you like, oh, I don't actually mean that, you know, what are you going to do? You're going to tell somebody whose mind you're reading that like, oh, I heard you thinking about throwing that child out the window because their crying is annoying you. You
Right,
know?
but if you could turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah.
For example, say you were in the bus, right?
Yeah.
And somebody was thinking that. Unless you actually thought to yourself, I wonder what that guy is thinking, you wouldn't hear it.
Yeah. So
right? It's not like it'd be just a random voice that would pop into your head like, I want to throw your kid out the window.
No.
That would not
No.
that would not be the part of the question that I would be asking.
Yeah. My thing is too, is because when you have that kind of like power and ability and stuff, I feel like it's one of those things that would become an addiction. You know, you have the ability to turn it off and
yeah.
on, but like do you,
Oh,
how are you
sure.
not going to be sitting in public just looking at everybody going by and just being like, oh, that's what she's thinking. Oh, that's what he's thinking. There's like, you know, yeah, you could turn it off, but do you really want to? No, you're going to want to listen to like everybody and everything.
I think at first you would probably listen to a lot of stuff, but I think at some point in time you'd be like, no, I don't want to hear what you gotta think.
Then you're next
Yeah.
thing you know, you're in therapy for 3 years. And
Yeah, you'd be a complete recluse because
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to be near people because not like you would hear their voices all the time, but you may have, like you said, you know, like, oh, I wonder what he's thinking. Oh, I wonder what he's thinking, or what she's thinking. But I think that even if you did have that kind of power, the sky would be the limit.
it would
mean,
be.
you could go anywhere
You could get
and do
away with a
anything.
lot of stuff. You would know you'd be one step ahead of everybody all the
Everybody.
time.
Right.
You know, and you could use that to your advantage.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but I don't know if it's worth it, because I feel like you'd burn yourself out with the whole like losing faith in humanity aspect from all the
Oh,
terrible
probably.
things you'd hear from people. Knowing that that's what everybody's thinking. Like I said, there's no more benefit of the doubt anymore. You
Right.
can't like tell yourself that, oh, that's not there. There's no way they could actually be thinking that
So-
because you know what
Right.
they're thinking.
So then I
Every
would
second.
probably feel normal, like, oh, thank God I'm not the only person that thinks that. No, I'm kidding.
Because there's some times where I'll be honest, I'll be talking to people, and my face is not displaying the emotions that I'm feeling.
Right.
Where it's like I try to genuinely come off as like a really friendly and caring individual, and usually I am.
Right.
But in my mind, there's sometimes where it's just like I'll be having a conversation. And I'll be like, I don't care. Stop talking. Please stop talking. I literally don't care. I don't want to hear anything. I
Right.
don't even like you. Why are you talking to me right now? I don't actually mean that stuff. You know,
Right.
it's just like I'm in a bad mood. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to like recluse away
Right.
and stuff. And I'm just saying that because I'm upset. You
Right,
know, and it's
right.
like maybe that person's great, and I do like them. It's just in this moment you're being a nuisance,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna hate you for it.
So you're definitely going to take the doodle.
I would take the doodle.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I would be the same way. I'd be like, yeah, I could use a new gun. Doodle it right out. Yeah. All right.
Heck yeah. All right. This one. Okay, this one's really stupid.
Oh.
All right. Would you rather poop in the only toilet at a party knowing that you'll clog it, or poop in the bushes in the backyard?
Oh gosh. I don't know. It depends. How long am I staying at the party?
I don't know. I guess you could leave as soon as
That's
possible.
probably what would happen.
Yeah.
It'd be like when job's done, like, yep, no, that's not going down. I'm leaving. Or I would probably just wait till I got home.
Yeah. Like, I guess it's like you didn't have the choice. Like you couldn't wait to. It's like one of
Right.
those situations where it's like
You're not holding it.
ride or die. You know.
Yeah. Oh, I've had those. And you know what? Because we've gone rustic camping before,
Yeah.
where they don't have no bathrooms, no running water.
No.
We'd be there for a few days,
Yeah.
and sometimes you get to the point where you can't just run to town
No, oh
because
yeah.
you're not gonna make it.
Mother Nature's a calling.
Yep. And at that point, homie don't poop in no bucket. I can't do buckets either. So, I would have to probably bank on clogging the toilet.
Yeah.
The bushes thing I can't do. I'd be afraid I'd get a spider someplace where it doesn't belong.
I'm such a degenerate. I would do the bushes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way I am.
There's no toilet paper though. What are you gonna use? The poison ivy to wipe your butt with?
I don't know. I'm not clogging a toilet at a party full of people and then being the one that's like,
Okay.
yo, where's your plunger at?
Dude,
You know?
okay, well, what if it's a party that you didn't know them personally?
That's even worse. Because at least if I knew them personally, I could make fun out of it and get away with it. And
Yeah, but
stuff.
chances are, if you were in and out, they wouldn't know who did it.
That's so risky. Because like, imagine somebody else is waiting for the bathroom, and they see you walk out, and then they go in, and that's the next thing they see. Then you're the guy that was at the party that clogged the toilet.
No. See, that's not it either. When you go out and say, yeah, dude, I don't know what was in here before me, but you do not want to go in there because it's not going to work.
That's crazy.
You just brush it off to somebody else.
That's insane. That is actually that's really smart actually.
So if there's nobody there, you just leave.
My only concern with that is like what if you were in there doing your business? Because letting out that kind of beast probably takes a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? You've been there. I've
Yeah.
been there.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of one where you need to like sit there for a second and like think about like, oh, I don't want to get up because it's going to take 12 minutes to clean this all up. You know what I mean?
Maybe you should courtesy flush before it all comes out and hope it doesn't stop
Yeah.
up from there.
My thing is, if somebody's been waiting outside that door for like 6 or 7 minutes, to use the bathroom, and then you come out and be like, I don't know who was it. No, they're gonna know who was in there doing that mess. Are you kidding me?
Okay, question: is the party on the first floor, and does it have a window?
Climbing out the bathroom window.
Drop and jump.
I think that's the only foolproof way to get out of the situation. Oh my god!
No, but if you're out in the bush, though, you're gonna have to use your sock or something, and then people are gonna look at you funny when you come back in with only one sock on.
Do a dump and jump.
Dump and jump. Yeah. Oh, hashtag dump and jump.
Dump and jump. Oh my goodness.
Oh, we'll have to put that hashtag in there. This episode. Be like,
man.
what in the hell? A hashtag?
What are they?
Dump and jump. Like, no, this can't be good. We got to listen to this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah. So I would probably take the chance of getting caught because I'm not backing my butt up into a bush.
Bro, the only thing I'm worried about in the bush is getting indecent exposure and like having like a cop catch me just taking a shit in the bushes.
My luck, I'd end up pooping on my pants or something.
Oh,
Yeah, my hips ain't very good. I need a little support there.
need some leverage.
I need some support. I can't just squat and let it go.
They don't
like
have the handicap railing
Nope.
by the bushes.
no handicap rail on those bushes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I would have to risk it. I would have to go into the bathroom.
If there was a window and I could escape, yeah. Oh yeah. All right, get me out of here. Get me out of this topic. I know this was mine, but this is get out of here. All right,
Okay.
what's yours? Give me another one.
Let's see. Would you rather see the future or change the past?
I have a few questions for both. Context is important.
It is.
For the future one, when it comes to seeing the future, is the future I'm seeing set in stone? Like if I see it, that's what's going to happen? Or do I have the ability to change it?
Well, that's the whole theoretical question about being able to see the future.
Yeah.
The future is, as far as logically as we understand it, the future is not certain.
Yes.
The choices that you make can change the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's called free will. It would be a version of the future that you see
Mm-hmm.
based on, I don't know, a choice that you make.
Okay. I'm going to go off the assumption that what you see is just like set.
And written in stone.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I don't like that either way. I don't like that either way. I feel like kills the joy of life a bit. Already knowing what's going to happen. Part of the excitement is not knowing where your journey is going to end. And what if you see your future and you're disappointed with it?
But if you see the future and you're disappointed, make different choices.
Yeah, but how do I know what choices to make to prevent that future? What if the choices that I try to make to prevent it are the choices that end up making it happen?
Well, nobody said it would be an easy one.
I know. This is important stuff. I don't know. I don't think I'd want to see the future. I don't think I'd want to see my future.
Well, it doesn't specify your future.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool to be able to see like the future of like other stuff, you know? Like this is such a dumb reason to use this ability, but it's like I want to know if a show I like is going to get canceled or not before it gets canceled, you know?
Right. That way you know not to get invested.
Yeah, not to get invested in it, you know?
That makes sense.
I think that would be cool. Or to know if like if you're buying something, you could look in the future. It's like, well, how long has it worked for? You know, I guess it could be cool for like little things.
Yeah.
You know, like am I getting my money's worth out of this car if I buy it, or is it going to break down in 2 months? You know?
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, what would my future look like with this vehicle right here?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, this is ass. I'm not buying this one. Looking at it like that, I think that would be kind of cool to have.
I think both choices are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think about it, right? If you see the future, you can change the choices that you make in the present.
Yeah.
And then you would change the future.
Okay.
Versus if you looked in the past, changed events in the past, it would change your future or change your present.
Yeah.
My logically thinking is that they're both exactly the same.
I think you're right.
I mean, the only differences would be the point of view that you're sitting in at the moment,
Mhm.
right? If you change parts in the past, of course, I think everybody's heard of the butterfly effect. You know,
Mhm.
you change a little thing in the past, it's going to change your
Whole
present.
future.
It changes everything, right?
Everything, yeah.
So if you're in but here's the thing: if you're in the present time,
Mm-hmm.
change something in the past, how does that affect you at the present time? Would it have to be something that would, you couldn't change if it was something that you already did? Because then you're stuck right there looking at it. So I think I would rather be able to see a future,
Yeah.
make a choice in the present to change the future versus changing the past and may not make any changes at the present.
Yeah. Well, because, like, I also, like, I guess it doesn't specify how many times you can do it. I'm assuming it's just unlimited times. Like, you can change it at will.
That's
or
what
go
I would
back.
be thinking too, yeah.
That's what I would be thinking, too. Because my fear would be going back and changing something in the past that you think would be helping you out, but then it just makes your life even worse. Yeah. I think that would suck.
Yep. But if you change something in the past to change the present time that you're in,
Mm-hmm.
would you be aware of the changes that you made
When you got back
when you got to the present time? Because your whole this is where it gets a real tangled web, right? Because if you would change your future, if you went into the past, changed something, your future would change.
Yeah, so
But
would
when
that
you
mean
got back to the present, you would not understand those changes because you didn't live through all of it.
Yeah, I was
between.
going to say that version of you would have no, like...
So you could change things around you, but you really couldn't change you per se.
Yeah.
Because it, like, say, well, you know what, I got involved with this girl and she was nuts. I've been with her for 10 years. So I'm going to go back and change that. So I'm not stuck with psychopath.
Yeah.
But you would have no understanding of what your present would look like. Your present time would look
Yeah,
like.
because it's not like you're going back and then reliving those 10
Right.
years. You're just,
Yep.
like, altering it and then going back
Yep.
to... And that would be... Because it's like, well, what changed? Did anything good happen? and
Right.
stuff,
Did it
you
get
know?
worse? Did it get better? You wouldn't know because...
And in turn, it's like you wouldn't even know how to live your life at
Right.
that point too. Because what if the change was so like drastic that like imagine like you got a job and it's some like really prestigious job that requires a very like high level of experience and intelligence, and you didn't have those 10 years because you changed one thing.
Well,
you
the
know?
10 years
like,
that you were gone, you would.
yeah,
but the
that
minute-
version of you
Well,
would.
yeah, but when you got back, you wouldn't have
exactly.
any recollection.
And so you'd be walking in there like looking like an idiot.
Well, what
you know,
happened-
or like
What happened if you change something in the past and it gets you killed?
yeah,
So when you go to the present, you'd no longer exist. Ooh, that's a bad thought, isn't it?
is it? Yeah, that's kind of dark a little bit.
I think I would rather be able to see ahead and change the present than to change the past.
I think so too. Just even if I didn't use it for crazy things, just like the example I was given to just like
numbers.
yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm going to look at tomorrow's numbers. Yep.
I don't want to win the lottery. Bad things always happen to people who win the lottery.
Yeah.
I swear. Look
I-
it up.
I would-
It's some like conspiracy theory.
I would take my chances.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-mm. You start seeing true people's colors when they win the lottery.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't have a lot of those friends now.
No, but
And I don't have any problem. If I'm not your friend, I don't have any problem telling you to get lost.
it only takes one of those people to be crazy enough to try and kill you.
That's all right. I'll be able to afford bodyguards anyway.
That's
Besides,
that's fair.
I'm going to spend all the money on a secluded section of forest.
Yeah,
Good luck finding me there.
cool. I'll be there to ask for money.
No, get your own, fool. You can have it when I die.
Oh, jeez.
You can have a part of it. We're
part of it.
Yeah, it's going to have to get split like 8 ways. So,
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, yeah, you just get just a little sliver of it.
Yeah, I would choose seeing into the future.
I think I would too.
I feel like that's just safer.
Yeah, there's not nearly as many complications.
At least if I can see into the future, I'll know something's going to kill me if I do.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, no, we're not going to choose. We're not going to choose the magic carpet because I died in that one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to choose a robot because it killed me. It lost its mind.
Okay. You have to commit one crime. By doing so, you will ensure nobody ever commits that same crime again. Which crime would you rather commit?
Question for clarity.
Yes.
Do you get caught?
There is more to it. The severity of the crime you choose will be extreme. You can't find the most humane way to commit the crime you choose. There is no painless option. You will commit the crime in the way that you believe is most painful and brutal and heinous. That includes your choice of victim and the particular details of what you do to them. You don't get to choose who you think deserves it the most. And yes, you will. There's the potential to be caught and punished for committing said crime.
So you have to pick. You have to pick a heinous crime.
Oh yeah. Well, you don't have to, but whatever crime you pick, it has to be the most like heinous and brutal it could possibly be for that particular crime.
Well, if it's going to be the most brutal, somebody's going to die. That's all.
Somebody's going to die from tax evasion?
Good.
How? I'm curious. I need to hear this.
So you get, or better yet, you do something and somebody loses their mind and kills you.
Yeah.
Right? So you get caught for like embezzlement, tax evasion, big corporate stuff, and somebody that you took somebody's 401k, right? Liquidated a bunch of people's 401ks, and they found out who did it and that you did do it and decide to shoot you walking down the sidewalk. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can die from just about any kind of crime.
But what if you murder somebody and then no one else can murder again?
Well, then you'd be life in prison. I don't do well in prison.
No.
We talked about this last time.
Yeah.
Homie, don't. And that'd be a max prison, maximum security. That's what that would be for murder. I mean, it'd be kind of neat that nobody else could kill anybody, but I don't know if I want to be the last one that does it.
Yeah, but that means you would single-handedly end like war?
No, that just means nobody died.
Yeah, but that's like the most tragic part of war.
No, imprisonment would be far worse. War prisoners would be far worse than dying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they're straight out tortured for the rest of their life.
Well, I mean, torture would be a form of like murder because at some point the trauma is going to get to them.
No, they could torture them forever as long as they didn't do an extensive portion of physical torture. Mm-hmm. They could do mental torture. At some point, your brain and your mental state would break down, but you wouldn't die.
Yeah, that'd actually be a good one to do because torture's terrifying,
right?
Do you you'd have to torture somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I can be messed up, but I don't think I'm that messed up.
No.
I don't think I would want to torture somebody.
That would be that's a tough call to make. Yeah. That is a really tough call to make.
I mean, because you could say, okay, well, armed robbery or robbery, right?
Yeah. I feel like at the end, most would end in killing somebody, and that would be murder.
Well, it's a hard call to make because it's not exactly sure because you really can't determine what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Because some people kill and get away with it. Not many, but it has happened, right? Robberies, there's quite a few people that get away with it. Mm-hmm. But if somebody dies in the process, like if you're doing bank robbery and you end up killing a guard because that would be the most heinous, right? That whole scenario, no matter what the crime is, it has to be at the most heinous.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to die regardless.
Yeah. And that's what... So I kind of want to take away that a little bit.
The most heinous part?
Yeah, the most heinous part. I know it said it in there, but I'd want to take that, like, because I feel like if that's the case, all of it would end in like death, and that's just murder at that point, and that kind of takes away the ability to choose.
To choose,
yeah. So I'm gonna take away, even though it says it on there, I'm gonna take away the heinous part. And say just like any crime, like whatever crime you commit, it doesn't have to be heinous or brutal or anything. Just whatever crime you commit, once you commit it, that's the last time it can ever be committed by anybody, ever. What crime would you choose?
Theft.
Theft?
Theft.
Why theft?
Well, because there's a high probability, depending on what, it doesn't have to be something major, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it could be something as simple as a candy bar out of a store.
Yeah.
Right? Or, I don't know, something small that's easily taken.
Yeah.
But that would make sure that nobody could steal ever again.
Yeah.
Small or large.
And you'd only have to steal, like, what?
Something small.
Tiny. No one would ever know. You could
Pack
get
of
away
gum.
with that. Yeah.
Pack of gum. I don't know. For example, you could steal from your employer.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Because chances are you're not going to get caught doing that.
Yeah. Or if you do, they're not going to care.
Well, even if they did, the probability of getting caught from an employer would be minuscule.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of stealing like from a convenience store where there's always somebody watching.
Mm-hmm.
From an employer, there wouldn't be as much eyes on you. You could steal something, and that would be the last time that anything ever got stolen.
Yeah, and you could choose, like, it doesn't have to be anything major.
No.
You could go into a storage room that has like a
box of paper.
Yeah, exactly. Or like
package of paper clips.
Paper clips.
Yeah.
And just like there's like 30 packages of paper clips. You grab one, no one's gonna notice.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they'll be like, oh, there's 29 more there. Who cares? You know, like no one's gonna be up in arms like, who took the first of the 30 boxes of paper clips?
Yeah, but that's my point though, is that the act is still illegal.
Yeah.
But it's minor to a certain extent, but that would stop all major ones. You would have no bank robberies. You would have no companies wouldn't be stealing stuff from their employees, wouldn't be stealing their 401ks. The government wouldn't be stealing nothing from nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Right? People wouldn't be robbing people or jacking their cars.
Yeah.
Breaking into your house and stealing your TV.
Mm-hmm.
It would all be gone. Done.
Yeah.
For a box of paper clips.
Yeah. That's a really good answer, actually.
I mean, if you...
Because it does. It really goes that deep. Because, like theft is like an umbrella, almost. Right. Because there's so many things that could fall under theft. Like you said, like embezzlement.
Right.
You know? Or grand theft. You know? Breaking and entering. Bank robbery. Those are all...
massive ones.
You know?
And they sometimes...
They're different levels of theft, but they're still theft.
Right.
You know? Like, a bank robbery is arguably much worse than stealing, like, a box of paper clips from your employer.
And even if you got caught stealing the box of paper clips, that kind of punishment, to me, would be worth saving hundreds of thousands of lives, from bank robberies to carjackings to getting mugged on the street. Right?
Yeah.
You would save a lot of stuff. I would take.
Would it be canceled out if it was a different crime that was being committed?
Like if somebody was stealing, if you stole a box of paper clips, just the only crime that'd be canceled is stealing from employers?
Yeah, or like because they're not the initial goal wasn't to like imagine you're going after somebody to kill somebody,
right?
You know, and then you kill them in their house and you happen to like take stuff off of them because you're like, well, I'm already here anyways, I might as well take this stuff. Does that mean that theft gets canceled out because you like your original intent was to just kill somebody?
I think the question would have to be specific of the initial crime.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Right? Not what happens afterwards.
Yeah.
Because you could say, well, I'm going to break into this house and steal all this stuff inside, and come to find out there's somebody inside that you didn't realize and accidentally kill them.
Yeah.
Right? That'd be two crimes. So that would, in theory, that would actually eliminate two separate crimes of the same question. So I think it should be the initial crime that you tend to commit.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I think that's fair. theft is such a good one. It covers so many different
Right. Aspects.
Yeah.
As long as one crime underneath that umbrella covers them all.
Yeah.
Right.
I still think, because this one would suck though. Murder would be a good one because that would also cancel out a lot of things.
Oh, yeah,
you
big
know,
time. Yeah.
like you can't kill anybody. There'd be no like biological warfare. You know, there would be like, you wouldn't have to worry about being
yeah, but
like.
see, no, that one would be a stickler because biological weapons.
Yeah.
The individual doesn't kill anybody.
No, but what if the intent for the weapons to be used is by somebody who wants to kill somebody? You know, there's a difference between accidentally exposing something like a chemical weapon like that, or then there is intent to actually use said weapon with the will of wanting to hurt people.
Yeah.
Because at that point,
there's not enough clarity in that question.
It's just, yeah, I know. I'm more so. It's just conversation,
right?
At this point, just like, you know, what ifs.
Yeah,
type thing.
I see where you could try to get that to cover because, you know, you set off this biological whatever.
Yeah.
With the intent.
Yeah.
For mass murder.
Yeah.
But why would you do mass murder when you can only just kill one and stop all of them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not me.
Yeah.
I'm saying I would kill somebody, and then that would prevent like anything like that. Like, let's take like the war in Ukraine, and stuff. By all means, everybody who isn't Russia considers that war to be illegal and immoral. You know, I guess that's another thing too. Is like how, because places like Russia doesn't see it as a crime. You know, they see it as their right to take it back. But everywhere else sees it as a crime. Would that mean that they could still commit it because they see it as not a crime? But it's also like, that's super illegal and immoral and terrible what they're doing.
Yeah,
so
I think
like
the clarification would have to be not necessarily from a legal standpoint, but from a moral standpoint.
Yeah, yeah. Because like that's obviously crime is being committed.
Right.
You know, by invading Ukraine like that.
Yeah.
Like clearly. Like, so would that mean they just couldn't kill each other anymore?
Well, then they would take them prisoners and
torture
like
them. You said, would torture them.
Right.
And stuff. And then we're back to that, you know, but like I still think you could save a lot of lives either way.
Yeah.
You know.
But at what cost? I know there's quite a few people that would say that, you know, the small wants of the few outweigh the needs of the many, or something like that. How can you justify killing somebody just to save a bunch of other people?
Yeah.
That would fall to me. That would kind of be a narcissistic thing to do.
Well, what if it was somebody though who was like on their deathbed and they were about to go anyways, and so you steal like their last 10 seconds from them that they would have had? That's technically murder.
Technically, but if you're talking about from a moral standpoint, see, that's where it gets gray, right? Because some people could say, well, you know, that person is suffering so bad that it's not necessarily a crime. It's
what if they're not suffering though? You know, like I guess you'd have to know, but like, what if it like they're just it was their time?
I think with that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up right there.
Me too.
Yep. So Corey and I would like to thank all of you that stayed through this conversation.
Yeah, sorry in advance.
Yeah. Retrospect, we are truly sorry for the pain that we put you through.
No, this was a good one. This is a good one.
Yeah, that was a little weird there. So please remember to like and follow us at Breakup the Daily Grind on Facebook and YouTube and even on Spotify. Please give us 5 stars if you're on there and you think we're well worth 5 stars. Please give us 5 stars. I would be happy with 4 or 3. I mean, any stars I'd be happy with. So
true.
Yep, that would give us an idea of what we need to do to make things better. You can also leave us comments. We would love to hear from you. Remember, we would love to hear your favorite dad jokes and your inspirational quotes. Any topic ideas that you think would be interesting to listen to, please send it to us. You can drop us an email at mo9studios@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
And now with that, we'll leave you with this thought of the week.
Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Albert Schweitzer.
Sounds good to me. And with that, we will see you next time.
Later, skaters.